Hola, ¿cómo están? Hoy vamos a continuar y aprender más verbos en capítulo 5. Ayer aprendimos stem changing verbs. We learned 3 categories of stem changing verbs: E to IE, E to I, and O to UE. And jugar is also included in that, which is U to UE. Those are stem changing verbs, shoe verbs. So I hope that you're working on those. Hoy vamos a empezar en página 147. These are reflexive pronouns, how we express what we do to ourselves or what somebody does to themselves. La gramática en acción, la rutina diaria de Andrés. La rutina de Andrés empieza a las 7:30. Me despierto a las 7:30 y me levanto enseguida. Primero me ducho y luego me cepillo los dientes. Me peino, me pongo la bata y voy al cuarto a vestirme. Por fin salgo para la universidad. No tomo nada antes de salir porque por lo general tengo prisa. So we see this is the daily routine of Andres, and you can see what he is doing to himself. So these are reflexive verbs. All reflexive verbs have a reflexive pronoun attached to the end of them. So we have bañarse, which is to take a bath. So this is not when you give your kids a bath. This is when you yourself take a bath, or when somebody takes a bath. This is what they do to themselves. Me baño, te bañas, se baña, nos bañamos, se bañan. So we have the pronouns are me, te, se, nos, and se, and then the endings of the verb are just the regular AR endings. So we take the reflexive pronoun and put it in front of the conjugated verb.
Mommy.
Gavin, I'm working, baby. Okay. So the reflexive pronoun se at the end of a verb indicates that the verb is used reflexively, and the reflexive pronoun in Spanish reflects that the subject is doing something to or for himself, herself, itself. When the verb is conjugated, the reflexive pronoun that responds to the subject must be used. So if it's I take a bath, it would be me baño. If it's you take a bath, it would be te bañas or se baña. Some important reflexive verbs. We're going to use daily routines to talk about these because this is stuff we do to ourselves. Are right here in that brown box on the bottom of página 148. They are also stem changing verbs in these, and so they are noted with the red vowels. Reflexive pronouns are placed before a conjugated verb. In a negative sentence, they are placed between the word no and the conjugated verb. So, no se bañan, no me baño. When a conjugated verb is followed by an infinitive, the pronoun may either precede the conjugated verb or be attached to the end of the infinitive. Me tengo que levantar temprano, or tengo que levantarme temprano. And then all of these verbs that are used reflexively can also be used non-reflexively, and it can change the meaning of them. So we have dormir, which would be to sleep, and then we have dormirse, which means to fall asleep. We have poner, which is to put or to place, and then ponerse, which is to put on. Okay, so that is reflexive verbs. It is what we do to ourselves. You can memorize the pronouns with the subjects. So yo, me, tú, te, usted, él, ellas, se, nosotros, nos, ustedes, ellas, ellos, se. And then you just conjugate the verb according to the subject, and you make sure that when the verb is conjugated, that the pronoun goes before. So you need pronoun and subject agreement, then you also need verb and subject agreement. That is reflexive pronouns. You might already be familiar with them, but if not, that is a pretty good summary. There's lots of practice over the next couple of pages. If you want more practice, there's going to be some practice in My Connect from McGraw-Hill as well. La nota comunicativa en página 150. ¿Cómo expresar una secuencia de acciones? These adverbs and expressions can help indicate the sequence of actions or events, which is helpful when you're talking about a daily routine. So you can read that and get familiar with that vocabulary. En página 152 a 153, Lengua y Cultura, una tradición extendida, el Día de la Cruz. So go ahead and do this. You don't have to do the comprehension, just where you fill in the paragraph and give the correct verbs. This is going to work on vocabulary and on verb conjugations, along with some other things that we've learned this chapter. So that is the homework, and it will be due the last day of chapter 5. I hope that the reflexive pronouns made sense to you all. If you need extra help, I would really suggest making sure you read through all the rules and the explanations again and do some of the extra practice on your own. You can always send me what you've done, so that way you know you're doing it right if you want me to check it. And McGraw-Hill, My Connect, will give you good practice on that as well.